She just keeps going. I'm getting real bored of her. Like,
Yeah.
I want a new witness. Fuck her.
Yeah.
At least
she's
I want...
had far too much time on the stand.
Yeah.
For the bullshit she's been spending.
Yeah.
I want to at least see her completely defeated face. I
see
should
her
have
defeated
mentioned
tits.
those. What do defeated tits look like, Ben?
I want to know.
I feel
Wouldn't
like
that
they'd
be
be
like age?
like close to deflated.
That's basically age. Is defeated tits. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up?
Fuck you.
2 types of blood were found on this shoe. What? Wait, you're doing blood work on,
Yeah.
on fucking evidence?
Of course she
One
is.
was, of course, the victim's. And the other was the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's blood. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. But what? There was blood found on a shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness that. What is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with the evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. Yes, have I mentioned I've been fucking everybody on the force, so I have all the evidence. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead, Judge, and declare this inadmissible? Inadmissible! For fuck's sakes! In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. Thank you, Edgeworth. Thank you.
But the judge is just gonna be like, "Muh."
More lunch, you say?
What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is this right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Oh.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh god, she got approval from another
Yeah.
boyfriend. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. And I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by members of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
Yeah, he is.
You could always study some evidence law, really.
Fuck. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. Well, it seems you may have another count against your witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Witnesses' shoes account.
I want to smack her.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
You know what? First things.
Check it out.
Yep.
Good call, man.
Checking this shit. Let's see here.
What size shoe is it?
Were you referring to The Simpsons?
It's you.
No, I wasn't.
Ah! There's blood here, too!
On the sole of this shoe, it's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood. It's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue.
This blood. It's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Yep, her bandage was bandaged and must have cut herself.
Poor sis.
Anything else? Maybe the heel just in case. No.
Ah!
Alright, right? Flipping it around, making sure I've got it all. I don't see anything in the shoe.
No. Think you got all the junk.
Alright. Fine.
What did it say? White enamel shoe was the victim's, probably.
Oh, shit. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? Alright, just gonna go read that.
No, it isn't. Zoom in.
White enamel shoe bears traces of blood. I was being thorough.
You've seen what needs to be seen. Okay.
Alright, fuck. Alright, out of here. Alright.
Okay. Why did you lie?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results. How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing the manipulating the evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This is when the suspect is admitting she did it. False testimony
Is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's get this over with.
And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful. I was waiting for the police to arrive. So I gave out some blowjobs. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe she just called her a bitch. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you in your lunchbox bag, really. Say that out loud, Phoenix!
Yeah.
Get a spine!
In any case, you removed the valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was the victim's. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something to evidence to court, you need approval. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by forensics experts. She got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective.
The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Makes sense, after all, a man was stabbed here. And that blood belonged to the Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other was the defendant's, Miss Lana Sky's
How
blood.
does she know that?
Forensics. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the victim without a blood test, and she has one. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up! Oh, well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether the murder was performed in cold blood.
Nice.
Wow.
Phoenix. Nice.
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Even I know that.
Actually, if you combine all the various blood types, there are millions of types. It's practically impossible to narrow a blood sample down to one person. Or so I hear.
Millions of times. If I had just a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very easily no doubt that it could have been anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties you directly to the death of the Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You're the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole batch of soup.
Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
A problem? This is critical. What's wrong with the victim's shoe? There's a problem. There has to be a
there's a
problem.
Yeah.
I'm not imagining things. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes, you're still a young rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Doi.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is the contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence.
The blood on top?
No, it would be the blood on the
Blood on
bottom.
bottom?
Because he walked around then.
Yeah. Because she was in the trunk, right?
See the blood on the bottom.
It just doesn't make sense that he stepped on his own blood, I feel. Unless...
Yeah, that makes more sense. The blood on the top makes sense.
Does it, though? How did she
If
bleed
he-
on him? What happened?
Cut.
Why did she...
She got cut.
I think that the most
got
obvious
caught.
answer is the blood on the top. Nothing in this trial so far has explained why she would have bled. We know that she has a cut hand,
Yeah, that's true.
but what evidence... Fuck it. Problem with this evidence is here. Where? Take that finger and point it at your own head, Mr. Wright. Fuck!
Ooh, where did you save last?
I don't know.
It's been a while. Oh my goodness.
There's no blood on the floor in the other photo. Oh. Thanks, Cogs. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that it was odd that he had it on the bottom of his shoe, because it felt like, I don't know. Eh.
Mr. Wright, let's be scientific about this. Examine the evidence.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Um,
Aw. Sorry, judging.
what do you say?
As I thought, a waste of time.
Oh. Let me see this. It's true, there is no blood on the floor. Alright. Alright, I have to get back to that part. Here we go. Come on. Alright, why isn't it not zooming in? I'm not allowed to zoom in? That's a shame. Alright. I wonder if you noticed that there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe?
I'm so bummed we didn't come up with it ourselves.
That would have been
But,
fucking
yeah.
tough. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That is got to be one of the hardest connections in all of, like, so far
Yeah.
that we've ever had.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
All right, then, presenting. I had the answer, but I knew that, like, the bottom of the... I didn't know why.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I didn't know why I thought that the bottom on the bottom was
We can say
suspicious.
top or bottom.
Yeah.
Really?
I only thought bottom because I just didn't feel like what had been illustrated up till now kind of made it clear that the victim was ever like standing up and struggling. It just seemed
Yeah.
like she was standing over a empty trunk stabbing or something. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint. Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime?
Aha!
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe! This picture only shows part of the flaw. There could have been other bloody footprints. See, that's something that, as a person trying to figure this out, probably would have doubted myself on. I would have been like, nah, there could be footprints somewhere else. And not presented it like that.
Yeah.
If there were bloody prints, they would have been found. As we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. That's true, we were there.
Very true. Rubble, 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 rubble.
Rubble. Take my word for it, I was there. There were no bloody footprints. I'm the defense attorney.
Order, well, witness?
What? Huh?
Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh!
It's true there has
Why
to be
did you
a
bring
reason
that
there
up?
isn't a footprint.
Yeah.
No one would have noticed.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know what. It's not there.
Because
I'm just not good at finding contradictions.
What?
Oh, Edgeworth to the rescue? I see. Now I get
did
it.
he not die there?
Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. You were hoodwinked to the very end. But she still slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist. Her efforts were in vain. I knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. She's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard one. Rawr.
Is it their blood?
I thought it was strange, the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, tell me. Allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. Well, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt on the lunchbox factory.
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The old drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Ah, what does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha, you don't mean?
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Bark! I would like to ask that the prosecution prove that blood was washed away from the scene
And you
of the
can
crime.
find blood, like,
That
definitely
ties
there.
things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left in the victim's shoes were quite clearly to this murder. Therefore, after the deed was done, she knocked the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Why didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
She did say that.
So my sister's blood on the shoe. That's what it happened?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime. She tried to conceal it.
But not.
Enough. There is no need to further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
He's pushing
Very
like
well.
karma.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
The court finds this defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
So,
And
a
they
guilty
say it's
verdict
Tony.
after the break, everybody.